You may know me from podcast Slimming Stories Around the World. My name is Cloudon West, and this for me is my moment of accountability. And I'm just about to meet my 6-year wedding anniversary, and the rings don't fit. So this is my wedding ring, tenth ring, an engagement ring, and yeah, they're just not fitting. So I just want to come onto YouTube and have this as accountability. So I'm also recording this for the podcast as well. If I get time, then I'll upload this too. So I was given the pack and I weighed in yesterday. And when I went back to Slimming Wolrd, I really thought long and hard about it. I tried calorie counting, I tried the macros, and for me, getting into the numbers, the measurement, and all of those things, which, they all work. It's all fantastic. For me, it just felt a little bit too much pressure. I'm not sure if that's a word. And I was definitely gearing more towards the carbs and balancing it out. And I know that Slimming Wolrd come under a lot of stick recently, saying that, it is calories. And yes, it is a calorie deficit. That's the only way to lose weight. But the nutrition's all there. And for me, as a busy lady, this for me just felt really the right time to go back. So if you do know me, you'll also know that I'm also a qualified hypnotherapist, and I work with people with cravings and all of those things with the mindset for mental health. And the reason why I've come back at this time is I just want to show you this. Really organised. In October last year, I decided to go back to Slimming Wolrd. So I don't know if you can see that there. And this is probably the wrong way round. So it's 15.6.5. That was my starting weight. And this is where the measurements go, your weights and things like that. So this was so I rejoined on the 20th of October, 21. And what's important about this book is that there was nothing on there. There was no entries. And I would literally just go with a sticky note and ask the weight lady to put the weight on the sticky note. And that's because I'd got this thing in my head about getting weighed, not quite feeling in control of it. At that point that I'd got weighed, my binge eating was really under control with hypnosis, but there was something else. So what I would do is I would go and I would ask them to put it on a sticky note, because I just couldn't stand that walk of shame of going to get weighed and then looking down and seeing that I've either lost half a pound, and then the week after I put 1.5 pounds on. I just couldn't stand it. And what happened for me is that in November I had this really amazing therapy, which is what I use as well now within hypnotherapy, and I was able to release lots of negative emotions, those things that I was just feeding. And because of that massive release, I was also able to receive some hypnosis for cravings, for food cravings. So since November of last year, I've not eaten any chocolate, any cake, anything sweet. All of that is gone now, right since November 2021. And then because of that, and because of the binge eating being no longer a thing, for me, it was like this massive release. It was this, wow, I've got this control of not having to go into the kitchen, resist those foods. I'm not having to say to my husband, take this chocolate to work with you. I'm not having to go in, to get filled up with petrol and worry about picking that chocolate. So I just kind of took a backseat from weight loss, and I've lost weight. So that was October. When I got weighed yesterday, this is my new book. I've got weighed at 49. So you'll see that on there. So while I've lost some weight, it's not where I want to be. I want to get the rings to fit. And I want to be able to fit into those clothes that I want to wear. I've increased my fitness. I've gone to the gym now and I'm working out. I've gone back into into doing lots of walking and run walks. I'm not doing a full park run yet like I used to do. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And in terms of my food, the food's really important. Accountability is really important too. And I'm really up for it. I want to be able to come on here and just talk openly about how I feel with the food. And one thing that you'll not hear me do is get fixated with those numbers. I'm not going to be explaining why I put a pound on, £2, or all, that's just not going to be a conversation that I'm going to have. So in terms of weight gain, I believe that you need to be eating around, is it 2,600, 2,800 calories in excess a week to put a pound on. I think that's right. You'd have to look that up. I'm not a nutritionist, so don't hold me to that. But I think that's a figure. You need to be eating a big chunk of excess food to be able to put weight on. So therefore, if I turn up and I've put a pound on, or I've put £2 on, I know it could be water, it could be a workout that I've had, it could be the meal that I've had the night before. If it's heavy in carbs, that's going to hold water. There are lots of different reasons, but in short, I'm not going to be explaining why I've put a pound on. If I go to group and I've put a pound on and they ask me why, do I know why I've put it on? I'm not going to give like a big long excuse or explanation, because the truth is I'm not going to know why I've put a pound on most of the time. Now, if on the other hand I've been for a weekend away or been on holiday, then of course I'm going to say, well, yeah, I've been out and I had that and I didn't really count it. We all know those times, don't we, where we're trying to stick to plan, but we're not really counting the foods we eat. So yeah, I will. But for those times where I know I've stuck to plan, I know I've tracked my food, I know I've planned, I've done all the things that I know I need to do, but I've still put that weight on, that isn't something that I'm going to get my head into, because I will be exercising. Body can hold water, I'm teaching to the converted. I'm sure you know about water and water retention. But this is something that I'm really determined just to get back on and get to. This one was just like a cheap ring that I bought. So I want these to fit again. I do want these to fit again. And especially because my engagement ring, my husband went out on his own and bought that, which I'm quite proud of, because I've got very different taste. So yeah, I want those to fit. So that's where I'm at. I've got guests that I've interviewed that go onto YouTube. I've got wonderful accounts that I can go onto on Instagram to get that inspiration. But when I started Slimming Wolrd again this time round, I really thought about what it is that I want. What is it that I want from, I don't know, this community? What do I want from this education? And it's quite interesting. And I know I've probably spoken about it on the podcast before, but our consultant talked about life scripts. She talked about the subconscious mind. And that is something that I'm all about. So you'll hear me talking lots about that. In fact, I've got a lady that I'm meeting at 12 o'clock today, and she just wants to not drink lager. So she follows Slimming Wolrd, and she knows that lager is quite calorific. She wants to drink spirit. So what I'm going to do with an hypnosis, I'm going to take her into hypnosis, and I'll post a link. Actually, I'll post a link when I've done this, a little video, and you'll see how at the beginning she wanted to drink the lager, and at the end of it she won't even want to put that lager in her mouth. So that's something that I'm talking about. And when we talk about the subconscious mind, to connect to that, there's lots of wonderful things that will allow us to connect to that within hypnosis. I'm going to put links below, but the main focus of this is just for accountability for me, to share with you, some great inspiring stories as well. Guests that I've had on the podcast that are just, fantastic. There's a guy that I interviewed, I think it was 21 or 22 stone he lost on Slimming Wolrd, and all these people, you've probably seen them in the magazines already. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to just sit here on a Friday morning and just record this and not feel any pressure to meet up to anybody's expectations. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in a space where I can just be honest about where I'm at with my weight loss and my weight loss journey. I've also got my mic, which you can't see, so this might end up on the podcast. But yeah, if you're somebody that's just started back onto plan, whatever plan you follow, then you know you can come and give me a follow over on Instagram, which is Slimming Stories _podcast, or send me a DM over there. I've also got Facebook groups as well, but I think the great thing about having a video is you meet yourself here, don't you? You meet yourself, and there's nowhere to hide, you know. And I think those times that maybe you are struggling, not only it's going to help other people listening to my story unfold, it's also going to help me just to remind myself when I was really motivated, and those things that I use to allow me to push through those times when it can feel a bit of a struggle. So I'm really excited for today. I'm really excited to help this lady with this lager craving. So I'll post that up. So these aren't going to be long videos, I don't think, probably about 15-20 minutes. Don't even know how long this one is. And I think this time round I'm going to feel in a place where I can start to fill this in, and I'll show you on this as this goes week by week. So I've put my target weight at 10.5 stone. So 10.5 stone for me has got quite a big meaning. This was a weight that I got to when I was working out, and I was working out 3 times a week. Felt really good about myself. I'd actually been a stone lighter, but I remember when I was 10.5 stone, because I was working out a lot, I just felt really fit. I felt really healthy. And for me, it's not, you know, I'm a curvy lady. I've got the curves. It's not about having a skinny figure. It's about feeling healthy, not feeling out of breath when I'm going for a big walk. It's definitely not about the skinny. And to be fair, I love my curves. Even a bigger size, when I go out, I get ready, put my makeup on, I get dressed, and I feel good in what I wear. So this isn't a channel to fat shame anybody. You know, I do feel good in what I wear, and I do love myself. And I know recently I went to the gym, and the gym owner was on about self-love and loving yourself, and I said, I do love myself. There's no, I look in the mirror, I like what I see, I like myself as a person, and I like myself for being able to get through challenges in life. There's nothing that I don't look at my reflection, I don't hate myself, I don't stand there crying, I don't do any of that. And that's been a long journey, trust me. It's not always been that way. In my 20s, I was definitely not that way at all. And I think sometimes, like going back on a weight loss journey, I don't have that, well, I want to lose weight because I don't like the way I look, because I do like the way I look. I do like my curves, and I like my confidence. What I don't like is feeling out of breath, feeling unhealthy. What I don't like is knowing that, my family, we've had a lot of deaths for cancer, and I know that being overweight isn't great for that either. So I think for me, this journey is about responsibility. This is about me being responsible. And also when I'm really busy, and when I'm not planning, and when I'm not choosing healthy meals, my family don't necessarily get healthy meals either. My son's 15. He loves a pizza, but I feel that I could be better. I could step up a bit better as a mum and provide a healthier plate. So they're my reasons. So definitely I want these rings to fit. Definitely I want to take responsibility for what I'm eating. I want to make sure that I'm in my healthiest self. It's about health for me. And it's about fitness as well. I love to feel that I've got that sensation of strength in my body. I love going for a run, that afterglow. I love going to the gym. And they're things that probably last year I didn't feel at all. I'd got no desire to do that. There wasn't that pull. I'd got a lot of emotional stuff going on. So I feel like I can really step up to the plate. So I'm quite excited actually to be on YouTube and to follow other accounts. So if any of this relates to you, just send me a message on YouTube, and I'll come and follow you. And can't wait to get started, and can't wait to see what entry is going to be in this next week. I'm doing lots of speed food this week. I've been making cauliflower rice. I'll put those on my Insta as well. In fact, what I'll do, I'll put all my links below. And have a great week ahead, and take care.